Today we're making sourdough bagels. I usually make this recipe about once a week because they get devoured so quickly. We're going to start with 150 grams of starter, or 3/4 of a cup. Then we add 250 grams of water, or 1 1/4 cups. Next, add 24 grams of sugar, or 2 tablespoons, and 10 grams of salt, or 1 1/2 teaspoons. Mix these ingredients until the sugar and the salt are completely dissolved. Last, we add 400 grams of all-purpose flour, or 2 3/4 of a cup. Mix all the ingredients together. The dough will be thicker than my sourdough bread recipe, but if it's too dry, you can add a little bit more water. All of the flour should be incorporated. Then we're going to let the dough rest for 20 minutes. After the dough has rested, we're going to work the stiff dough to create a smooth, round ball. I like to do this right in the bowl because it's easy and quick. This is going to bulk ferment 8 to 10 hours or overnight. The next morning, our dough has doubled in size with lots of bubbles. Turn the dough out onto a floured surface and flatten into a rectangular shape. Then we're going to cut the dough into 8 pieces. Working one piece at a time, gather the ends together and pinch the seams tight to form a smooth ball. Then place this seam side down on a floured surface. Cover and let rest for 20 minutes. After that, poke a hole through the center of each ball and shape into a ring, smoothing the edges and stretching the dough to form bagels. After shaping all of the bagels, we're going to cover and let rest for an hour. Some recipes only rest for 20 minutes, but if you want light bagels that rise well, I recommend resting at least an hour. In the meantime, bring a large pot of water to a boil and preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Add 20 grams of honey, or 1 tablespoon, to the pot of boiling water. After the bagels have rested for an hour, the dough will look light and puffy. Carefully place the bagels in the boiling water, working in batches of 2 or 3 at a time. The bagels may sink at first, then rise and float. Boil the bagels on one side for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, flip the bagels over and boil for 4 more minutes. Then carefully remove the bagels and continue with the next batch until all the bagels have been boiled. The bagels will expand while boiling. At this point, you may add toppings to your bagels by dipping them in a bowl of your chosen topping. Next, place bagels on a baking sheet prepared with parchment paper and bake in a preheated oven for 25 minutes. When the bagels are golden brown, remove from the oven and let cool. Breakfast is covered. Enjoy your sourdough bagels.